Dear students, today we are going to study a very important chapter about viruses, viroids, prions, and lichens. No mention of these organisms in five kingdom classification. Five kingdom classification. You know it very well that this five kingdom classification was proposed by R.H. Whitaker in 1969. First we will take up viruses, then we will study about the viroids, then prions, and then about the lichens. Now viruses. The study of viruses is called virology. Viruses are not truly living, organisms. The literal meaning of a virus is poisonous fluid or poisonous fluid or venom, zahar, venom. Next point, viruses are also called free genes. Next feature of the viruses is they do not have machinery of their own. For replication. They can replicate only in the living host, in the living cell of the host. They make the use of the machinery of the host. Then next point, they are infectious agents. They cause infections. They cause diseases. And next, they are non-cellular or acellular organisms. Very important, they are obligate intracellular parasites. Obligate intracellular parasites. They are exception to cell theory. And the last point is about this viruses, that they are a connecting link between living and between living organisms and non-living entities. In simple words, they are a connecting link. They have characters of the both living as well as the non-living. Living. This is the connecting link. They are exception to cell theory. They are obligate intracellular parasites. They are acellular or non-cellular organisms. So these are some of the characteristic features of viruses. Now we come to the scientists associated with viruses. I told you that they are the obligate intracellular parasites. You know, parasites are of two types: facultative parasites and obligate parasites. Facultative means they can reproduce outside the cell as well as inside the cell, but they reproduce only inside the cell, these viruses. Now scientists, there are 5 or 6 scientists we will be writing down. Number 1, he coined the term viruses. Term virus. The term virus was given by in 1880. Number 2, is D.J. Ivanovsky. This is 1892. The credit for the discovery of the virus goes to Ivanovsky. He was a French botanist. He discovered viruses. Which virus he discovered? Tobacco mosaic virus, popularly called TMV. It is the first virus to be discovered. First virus to be discovered. Again, D.J. Ivanovsky in 1892 discovered tobacco mosaic virus. He was a French botanist. And TMV is the first virus to be discovered, that is by D.J. Ivanovsky. And he also told that viruses are smaller than bacteria, because viruses could pass through bacteria-proof filters. When he experimented, he saw that the viruses, those could pass through the bacteria-proof filters, that in which bacteria could not pass, but viruses could pass. Definitely it means viruses are smaller than bacteria. Smaller than bacteria. And the third scientist is M.W. Vajrnik in 1898. He told that the extract from a plant with TMV caused infection in healthy plant. That when the extract was taken from a plant that had the infection of this tobacco mosaic virus, it caused infection in the healthy plant. That is, he gave the phrase that contagium vivum fluidum. Contagium vivum fluidum. And this was the discovery of M.W. Vajrnik. Now we come to the fourth scientist, that is W.M. Stanley in 1935. He told that he was the first man to tell that viruses could be or can be crystallized, and those crystals largely consist of proteins. I am writing the same language of the NCERT. Otherwise, this language can be altered also. That he was the first person to crystallize the virus. That viruses could be crystallized where? Outside the body of the host. It means they are non-living. And those crystals largely consist of these proteins. Now the fifth scientist is F.W. Tobalt and F.H.D. Harrelly. They independently, in the year of 1915, F.W. Tobalt, and in the year of 1917, they discovered bacteriophages. We shall be studying about it. Bacteriophages are those viruses which infect bacteria. Bacteriophages. And this man, F.H.D. Harrelly, also coined the term, bacteriophage. He is associated with the discovery of bacteriophages, as well as he coined the term or gave the name bacteriophage. So this is all about the 5 scientists which are important for you. You are not to go for any other scientist at all. You study these 4 are given in your book also, and this is not given in your NCERT. So therefore you have to Remember the name of F.W. Tobot as well as F.H.D. Harrelly. Now we come to the structure of a virus. Viruses are, now understand please, viruses are nucleoproteins. It means a virus consists of two parts: nucleic acid and second is the protein. Nucleic acid is present at the center. At the center. And protein covers the nucleic acid. And this is known as, this is the protein coat of virus. It means the coat, the boundary of the virus is made up of protein. That's why we use the word nucleoprotein. Now this protein coat is called capsid. This capsid, it means the protein coat, is made up of a large number of subunits called capsomeres. Capsomeres. Large number of subunits are there. Number of capsomeres, number, very important. Number of capsomeres varies with the virus. Because every virus has a capsid and that capsid is made up of protein, then how we will identify that which virus is which one? So it is the number of capsomeres that varies. Number of capsomeres. Number of capsomeres varies from one virus to another. For example, let us say TMV virus. TMV. This TMV has 2130 capsomeres. Capsomeres. Because TMV was the first virus to be discovered, let us talk something more about it. That one capsomere has 158 amino acids. It means the total number of amino acids present in the protein coat of tobacco mosaic virus is 2130 multiplied by 158, whatever the value comes. And it is different for every virus. We have mentioned tobacco mosaic virus because tobacco mosaic virus is the first virus to be discovered, very important virus and very much mentioned in NCERT. Now we come to the nucleic acid. You know there are two types of nucleic acids. Either it is DNA or it is RNA. Remember one thing, the nucleic acid present in a virus is either DNA or RNA, but never both, never both, never. Never both. The virus containing DNA, they are called the DNA viruses or deoxyriboviruses, and the RNA containing viruses are called riboviruses. I can write it over here that they are called deoxyriboviruses, and they are called riboviruses. This one, RNA is present, DNA is present. Again, viruses are nucleoproteins made up of nucleic acid and protein. And this nucleic acid is the genome of the virus, genome, genetic material of the virus. And this protein, what is the function of this protein coat? Protein, it protects the genetic material, that is DNA or RNA, because coat is always protective in function. It protects the genetic material of the virus or genome of the virus. This protein coat, protein forms the coat of the virus, boundary of the virus, and this coat of the virus is called capsid. Capsid is made up of a large number of subunits called capsomeres. It is the number of capsomeres that varies from one virus to another. For example, the capsid of tobacco mosaic virus is made up of 2130 capsomeres. Each capsomere has 158 amino acids. Present in the capsid of TMV is 213 multiplied by 158. It comes out to be 336540. This is the number of amino acids present. Classification. Let us classify the viruses in three types. It is phytophages, second is zoophages, and number three is simply phages. Phytophages infect plants, zoophages infect animals. They are the animal viruses, and phages infect the lower organisms. These phages which infect the lower organisms, they are of three types. Bacteriophages, they contain double-stranded DNA. Second, cyanophages, they also contain double-stranded DNA. And then comes the mycophages. Bacteriophages, they infect bacteria. Cyanophages, they infect cyanobacteria or blue-green algae. And mycophages, they infect fungi. Mycology is the study of fungi. It means these cynophases are a sort of phycophases. Phycology is the study of phycophas. Cynophases. Now these, the example of the bacteriophases is, that is T2 coleophas. T2 is the virus. We have taken the example T2 because the same virus was used as experimental material by Hershey and Chase while proving that DNA is the genetic material. That's why we have mentioned it over here. Coliphases means it infects E. coli. E. coli. And its best example, the first cynophas to be discovered, that is LPP1. First, L means Lingvia. Lingvia is a blue-green alga. P is Plectonema. It is also a blue-green alga. Formedium. It means there were 3 blue-green algae. One was Lingvia, Plectonema, and Formedium. So these viruses infected all these. That's why it is called LPP1. Moreover, one more example of this coliphas or the bacteriophas, that is 5X174 virus. And it also infects E. coli, Escherichia coli. So now we come to the important type of, moreover, one thing more, that phytophages, they contain mainly single-stranded RNA. They contain double-stranded DNA, single-stranded RNA, and double-stranded RNA. Now listen, I have written this because it is given in NCERT. I have written this because this is written in NCERT. But there are DNA viruses also, which are plant viruses. So there is a virus like called cauliflower mosaic virus, we will write it now. That is a DNA virus that contains double-stranded DNA. And so, because it becomes a bit more important for us when it is written in the NCERT, he has written that phytophages mainly contain single-stranded RNA. And zoophages, they mainly contain double-stranded DNA, single-stranded RNA, as well as double-stranded RNA. This is single-stranded 1 raised to power 0, 2 raised to power double-stranded. So now let us make a list that is important for us. This is RNA, and this is DNA. Let us say this is single-stranded, this is double-stranded, and this is single-stranded, and this is double-stranded DNA. Let us write important examples. It is polio, rabies, mumps, influenza, coronavirus, double stranded RNA, mycophages, we have already written. Then reovirus, respiratory, enteric, orphan virus. Then single stranded DNA, 174 virus, we have already written. Then double stranded DNA, the most important question that I am going to tell you, that there is one plant virus, cauliflower mosaic virus. Please, it is a plant virus. It is a plant virus. With double-stranded DNA. It is the first plant virus to be discovered, first plant virus with double-stranded DNA. First plant virus with double-stranded DNA. Very important question. Then T2 bacteriophage, then smallpox, chickenpox, herpes, and moreover LPP1. One thing more, write it over here, single-stranded RNA, foot and mouth virus. Foot and mouth virus. These are the important viruses which I have written, that sometimes he asked about the genome in a virus. Now we talk something about coronavirus. Because it is an expected question for us this year. It contains single-stranded RNA. There are two main variants of the coronavirus. One causes SARS, that is severe acute respiratory syndrome. Variants, these are the variants. Syndrome. One, that is COVID-19 in 2019. One thing more I would like to tell you, that this coronavirus is a positive sense RNA virus. Positive sense RNA virus. That is, it means RNA base sequence is similar to that of viral mRNA, to that of RNA base sequence is similar to that of messenger RNA. As a result, what happens? It immediately translates into protein by the host cell. Again, very expected question for you, away from NCERT, even from other books also. It is a positive sense RNA virus. The RNA base sequence of this virus. Now we come to what are enveloped viruses and naked viruses. Enveloped viruses and naked viruses. We already know it that each virus is covered over by a protein coat called capsid, and this capsid protects the genome of the virus. When in addition to the capsid, there is another coat of protein plus lipids and carbohydrates is present, those viruses are called enveloped viruses. Additional layer or coat of protein plus carbohydrate plus lipids is present. We call enveloped viruses. It means there are two coats of protein. One is capsid and another protein layer, and then protein layer is further covered over by carbohydrates and lipids. These are the additional layers, and these two, carbohydrate and lipids, they are formed by the host cell, and this protein coat is formed by the virus itself. Virus by virus and by the host cell, by host cell. And those viruses in which the additional layer is absent, normal virus covered over by capsid, and those are called the naked viruses. Additional layer is absent. Additional layer of what? Proteins, lipids, carbohydrates is absent. And the best example of an enveloped virus is, for example, HIV, that causes AIDS. Now we come to retroviruses. Retroviruses. Retro. These viruses are RNA viruses. RNA viruses. They contain an enzyme called reverse transcriptase. This reverse transcriptase, what it does, RNA is converted to cDNA, that is complementary DNA, complementary DNA. Then this DNA is integrated into the host DNA, then it gets to mRNA, then mRNA forms the protein. This is called reverse transcription, and this is with the help of enzyme reverse transcriptase, and this is called reverse transcription. Reverse transcription. Normally transcription takes place from DNA to messenger RNA, then messenger RNA is translated into the protein. But it is a reverse transcription. This RNA first gets converted into complementary DNA. This complementary DNA is integrated into the host DNA. Then this forms the messenger RNA, and it forms the protein, and it is called the translation. Now its best example again we will be studying in detail in the chapter of human health and diseases, that is HIV virus, HIV, or we call it AIDS virus. These retroviruses, they contain 2 copies of the RNA, not 1 copy. That 2 copies of RNA does not mean that the RNA is double-stranded. No doubt it is RNA is single-stranded. RNA, single-stranded. RNA. But there are 2 copies of the RNA. Suppose this is the virus. There are 2 copies of the RNA. And with the RNA, there is the association of the reverse transcriptase enzyme. And it means it is diploid. We call it diploid. RNA is a single-stranded, but it is diploid. Diploid means 2 copies of RNA, but that is single-stranded. Reverse transcriptase enzyme is present. Now coming to the structure of TMV, tobacco mosaic virus. Structure. This is the structure of tobacco mosaic virus. It is very much drawn in your NCERT also. Same diagram is over here. It is a non-enveloped virus, or we can say it is a naked virus. RNA is single-stranded. This is the RNA. Single-stranded, or we can say genome. And these all are the capsomeres. That is the subunits of the capsid, and this is capsid. This is capsid. Again, There is single-stranded RNA, capsomeres. I told you that the number of capsomere is 2130 in case of the tobacco mosaic virus, and it is non-enveloped virus. And this is the tobacco mosaic virus. Now, symmetry of the virus. Symmetry of capsid, that is helical, shape of the virus, shape, it is rod shaped, or we call it elongated, and the size of the virus, it is 300 nanometer, 17.5 nanometer, and this is the length and this is the diameter of the virus. Let us discuss the structure of bacteriophage. You know, bacteriophages are the viruses that infect bacteria. A bacteriophage is a tadpole-like structure. Tadpole-like structure consisting of head, this is head, neck, this is neck with collar, and this is the tail. Tail is contractile. It's made up of contractile protein. This is called the basal plate. From the basal plate, there arise 6 tail fibers. These are the tail fibers. Tail fibers. These are 6 in number. There is in the head present double-stranded DNA. It is only one copy. This is the structure of bacteriophage. Now, one very important question about the tail fibers. I told you these are 6 in number. Tail fibers are not meant for locomotion. Then what is their function? They help in attachment of the virus to the host. What is host? Bacterium is the host. This is a structure, 6 in number. This is double-stranded DNA. The length of the head and that of the tail is almost equal. There is present neck between the head and the tail. At the end of the tail, there are present 6 tail fibers, and they are meant for attachment of the virus with the host cell. The host cell. As we talked earlier, that viruses are a connecting link between the living and the non-living entities. Now let us see what are the non-living characteristics. Non-living characters. Number one, lack of protoplasm. Number two, ability to get crystallized. Number three, no cellular machinery. It means they are acellular. Number four, absence of energy storing system. Energy storing system. Number five, inert outside the host. They are inert viruses. We can write it like this. An inert virus outside the body of the host is particularly called virion. This is virion. And sixth point we can write high specific gravity. These all are the characters of non-living entities. Seventh point is no metabolism, respiration. Now we come to the living characters. Number one, presence of genetic material. DNA or RNA. Then each virus is covered over by a capsid that is made up of proteins, and proteins are macromolecules. Presence of macromolecules. Macromolecules are present only in the living organisms. Proteins. They are infectious, cause diseases. They can multiply inside the body of the host cell. Multiplication in the host cell. Number five, presence of enzymes, certain enzymes like reverse transcriptase, reverse transcriptase, transcriptase, RNA polymerase, so these enzymes are also present. Now coming to the sixth point, I write it over here. Host specific. Number 7, killed by autoclaving and ultraviolet X-rays. What is autoclaving? In autoclaving, the slides or the instruments are sterilized before they are used for any surgical purposes or for any other purpose. Then last point is ability of mutations or ability of mutations. The most mutable virus, HIV, most mutable virus. Now a very exceptional question, that is called the cryptogram. By knowing the cryptogram, let us write like this. Cryptogram of a virus is written in 4 parts. Number 1 is called the numerator and second is called the, every part has a numerator and a denominator. Like part 1, type of the nucleic acid, whether it is DNA or RNA, we write a D or R. Number of strands, single stranded or double stranded. Second part, molecular weight of the nucleic acid, that we can't remember for every virus. And percentage, this is percentage of nucleic acid or the percentage of infection, because nucleic acid causes the infection. And third is the shape of the virus, whether it is spherical or it is elongated. Then shape of the nucleoprotein. And fourth part has type of the host, numerator, and molecular and mode of transmission, whether it is by air or it is by any other means. As I have written the cryptogram of TMV, RY1, it contains RNA and it is single stranded. Then molecular weight of the nucleic acid, percentage of infection. Then shape of the virus, it is elongated. Then shape of the nucleoprotein, it is also elongated. Then the type of the host, it is a seedling plant. And mode of transmission, it is by air. What you are to look into this cryptogram, you must look for the first part and the last part. You will get your answer. Now the viral diseases mainly, potato leaf roll, bunchy top of banana, then a leaf curl of papaya, and a very important disease, that is Kawasaki. It was discovered by P. Kawasaki in 1967 in Japan. In this disease, the blood vessels of young people become inflamed, and there are skin rashes. This you must remember, it is an exceptional question. Sometimes it can be in the examination, and blood vessels become inflamed. It is mainly in case of the young people. Now we come to viroids. Viroids were discovered by T.O. Dyer in 1971. These viroids are like a virus, Viroids means like a virus, but smaller than virus, smaller than viruses. In this case, protein coat, which we called it capsid, protein coat absent. They contain only RNA, single-stranded RNA. It means this RNA is free RNA, or we can say it is naked RNA. They were discovered by T.O. Dyer in 1971. Viroids means like a virus. They are smaller than viruses. Protein coat is absent. Only RNA is present, single-stranded RNA. This RNA of low molecular weight. It is free RNA or naked RNA because there is no capsid. And they mainly cause diseases in plants. For example, one disease, potato spindle tuber disease. Very important question for you, this. Potato spindle tuber disease. Potato is a tuber. It is a modified stem. Rhizomes are there. Sorry, tubers are there, not rhizomes. Potato spindle tuber disease is caused by viroids. It's a very important question. It is the RNA which is infectious. Definitely, in viruses also, nucleic acid is infectious. It is infectious. Now we discuss about what are prions. Prions are also called slow viruses. They were discovered by Stanley Prusiner, and he got the Nobel Prize in 1997. In case of prions, nucleic acid is absent. It means only and only protein coat present. They are almost of the size of viruses, but let us say they are smaller than viruses. Smaller than viruses. Just compare it with the viroids. In case of viroids, nucleic acid is present but protein coat is absent. Here protein coat is present. Now the question arises, if nucleic acid is absent, then how the protein is formed? Here there is a big interrogation. This is Stanley Miller, Stanley Prusiner, 1997. Nobel Prize, he got the Nobel Prize. They are called slow viruses. And last point in this about its characteristic features, that they cause neurological diseases. Neurological. Diseases of the nervous system. Now the diseases. Caused by prions. Number one is the Kuru. It is also called laughing death. In New Guinea, the people have the ritual of eating the brain of the dead persons. And this is called Kuru. It is a neurological, it is a, definitely because they eat brain. Second, BSE, bovine spongiform and cephalopathy. It is also called mad cow disease. Bovine means it is in cattle. Third disease caused by the prions is Jacob disease. It is also written as CR Jacob disease or CJD. In your NCERT, he has written, I think, like this. This is Creutzfeldt. This is also a neurological disorder in humans. And the fourth one is Scrapie disease in sheep and goat. So these are some of the diseases, neurological disorders, and this is in case of the sheep and goat. that is mad cow disease is in case of the cattle.